Kirk Cousins getting moved. I don't see it. I mean, I know he's in the last year of his deal, but he seems like somebody, if he plays well, the Vikings could maybe even get him to a new deal for 2 or 3 more years after the season. To move him now would seem very peculiar, not only for the Vikings, but for whomever would be bringing him in and having to get adjusted.
I just look at this logically, Steve. If you're Kirk Cousins and you have a no trade clause and you're going to hit free agency in March and you've got family, you've got young kids, you've got roots in Minnesota, you're still on pace to throw for like 6,000 yards in an offense you finally have the same offense, the same play caller for 2 years in a row, which was not the case, if you go back through the course of Kirk Cousins' career. Why would you be willing to roll the dice, go someplace new for like 9 games, and, oh, yeah, you're set to become an unrestricted free agent in March? You're going to put up numbers no matter what. It gets harder without Justin Jefferson for the next 4 games. There's no question about it. But, barring a situation where if something were to happen in, let's say, San Francisco, where they've got an MVP candidate right now in Brock Purdy, what other coach do you know? What other system do you know? Everybody talks about the Jets. How are the Jets paying him? Where are they getting the picks to trade for him?
Right.
How is Kirk Cousins, and why is he going to accept the trade to a place with a completely different offense in midstream and all the pressure that would come with it? I'm not saying any of this is impossible. I'm just looking at this logically speaking. At this point, the Vikings are not punting on the season anyway. If they were to lose to Chicago this week, they got the 49ers coming in on Monday night. Yeah, then you're 1-6 and you're having different conversations on a variety of different levels. But again, you can't even trade Kirk Cousins unless he's on board with it. It's hard to imagine. There's a lot of scenarios where he'd be willing to accept the trade to go someplace else. They're not there yet. We'll see what plays out here. But I'm with you, Steve. It's hard to envision everything lining up. We say all that, and then some quarterback can go down this weekend and things can change. But right now, it doesn't make a logical sense.
I just don't see that happening with the coach-quarterback dynamic and everything that they have up there. You mentioned Justin Jefferson being hurt. Everyone says, their season is doomed. But I know when I was up there in training camp, Jordan Addison, the rookie, is someone they really had expectations for. Do they feel that maybe he can handle an uptick in workload and things like that? Because he seems like he's a pretty special dude.
And absolutely, they've been really impressed with Jordan Addison. I know that Kevin O'Connell, one of the things he really liked about Addison going back to the draft was his route running ability. He was able to create separation for himself. He took over the spot that was really Adam Thielen's before. And Thielen is not nearly as physically gifted as Jordan Addison. He made his bones by being able to run those types of routes and get himself open. Now with Jefferson out, we'll see kind of how they play it coming up on Sunday against the Bears. I don't think that you suddenly take Addison out of everything that he's doing at his position and just say you're now playing the Justin Jefferson role. Okay, they got a guy in KJ Osborne who's been there, who also knows that spot. But yeah, you're looking for a little bit more out of Jordan Addison. I think that anytime, Steve, you lose a superstar type of a player, particularly a receiver, part of the challenge is now for those other guys on offense. Every time you were in a jam before, it was, okay, Justin can bail us out. Now he's not there. You think the next guy up is TJ Hawkinson. Hawkinson hasn't played the best. He basically sat out all of camp waiting for a new contract. He came back. He had a key drop last week. He's not playing the way that you would like to see him playing for one of the highest paid tight ends in the NFL. You'd like him to step up. You're going to need Addison to step up. You're going to need that backfield to step up where they just haven't created explosive plays so far in the running game. And then it's the fumbles. I mean, the Vikings offense has been unbelievably productive, Steve. When you look at yards and you look at the way that they've moved the football consistently, they've lost fumbles at a historic rate. And recovering fumbles is pure luck. So you'd think that over the course of time you're going to lose a lower percentage of the fumbles. But the fact of the matter is, I think it's 3 weeks in a row they've fumbled on their opening drive. They lost a fumble on their opening drive. When that consistently happens, coaches can only do so much. I know O'Connell was out there a couple of weeks ago poking guys with the stick and, emphasizing ball security. That continues to be an emphasis. At some point, it's personal responsibility. Hold on to the football, or else you're not going to be out on the field.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.